Hey, Squidward, how the are ya?
The one time we need PETA, they're like, what about Animal Crossing? Do they need help? What's up, guys? My name is Kitchen Man, and today I'm talking about something I didn't really want to. Ssoyoung is what I would call my YouTube career, but also the name of a very established mukbanger who's admittedly very good at what she does, because I cannot figure out how such a small-sized lady eats such copious amounts of food. However, there is a problem. She's not as kind to these animals while they're alive as she could be, and that is why I'm here. Before we get fully started, I just want to say two things. One, I just want to say thank you so much. I read some of the comments from the last video, and I'm just so grateful that you're supporting me on this thing. Secondly, we got to 30,000. You guys are crazy. Seemingly people have already decided what we're doing when we get to our first milestone, which is 50. That's a Q&A. And you guys can ask absolutely anything, and I will answer whatever you want. It doesn't have to be about me. It could be anything. I'll just answer it. So I'm just going to mark that quick. It did move. So if you're new here, do subscribe. I'm Mully before 2020. And hit me up on Instagram if you want to slide in. I do actually still reply to everyone. You can verify that. But let's go. Can I be fully honest with you? I'm scared. I'm scared that her fan base will come after me and not understand what I'm trying to say. I have no problem with her eating Bikini Bottom. Okay, if she wants to fight Larry the Lobster, go ahead. Eat the shit out of him. There's also videos where she eats certain fish alive. I don't have a problem with that either. Because ikizukuri. I feel like I fully said that wrong. I'm so sorry to all the Japanese people. It's a Japanese tradition, prepared alive. I know she's not Japanese. I know she's South Korean. Doesn't matter. You can adopt any culture. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. You can eat the food alive. Do you know why? One of my favorite people. One of my favorite people ever. He eats food alive sometimes too. Not only does he eat food, he drinks things. What things? He's a connoisseur of drinking your own piss. His name's Bear Grylls. And if you're gonna just flush the stuff down the toilet, well, why don't you just give it to him, okay? Maybe he wants it. Bear Grylls, don't flush that wee-wee. Give it to Mimi. Sorry, might be a little bit of a tangent, but I just wanted to show you something.
Ready for this? Oh my goodness.
When I was a kid, I used to think the grub looked amazing. When I grew up, I didn't think it still looks amazing. Bear Grylls just didn't. This dude watched The Lion King once. He was like, I can do this. I felt the need to show you that because PETA came after him. So I wonder why they have never went after this girl. Because they're about cruelty to animals, right? And if this man is being cruel to animals, by that logic, so is she, isn't? I'm just asking. I don't know why they're going after my man's Bear Grylls, okay? He's done a lot of things. This is a man who ate elephant poo-poo. For what? I don't know. There's no reason. He was in a desert. He's like, look, if you need to survive, you just...
But if it's a choice between life and death, there's a survival trick I was shown by an old ranger. One thing you can do if you're stuck out here with no water source at all is actually drink the fluid from a fresh elephant dung.
If someone's stuck in a desert and my option is I'm gonna eat elephant poo-poo or die, goodbye, get the coffin. It went into his mouth, the poo-poo. This man did a survival mission without even needing to. Do you know how baller that is? Do you know how baller that is? He didn't need to eat the elephant poo-poo. He wanted to. That's baller, son. That is Bear Grylls, a man who sometimes eats things live, but never once tortures the animals. See, the thing with Bear is that whenever he finds something, then the first thing he does is swiftly kill it. Listen, so there's no game today. I know, it sucks. Except there is a game, you little babies. It's not a paper game though. It's a real game. Since Ssoyoung's videos involve her playing around with the fish and then eating it, I thought I'd fill in the blank and show me cooking a fish. The only difference is I do not have the money to buy Larry the Lobster stunt double.
When Big Larry came round just to put him down.
I cannot afford a big mukbang. What I can do though is my own invention that I made. It's called the Petite Palette. It's a little bit of food, just enough for me. Maybe not even for me. It's one slice of salmon, a little bit of mussels and calamari and other crap, and some mushrooms. Served on a beautiful plateau. I told you this kitchen was gonna come in handy. Might as well wear the attire while we're at it. I'm baller as hell, son. You didn't even know it. All right, let's look at some of this footage. Yeah, this is in one of the videos that she plays with her food, so to speak. So the shark is Jay chillin'. It seems I have stumbled onto something by mistake. I was wondering why it was less than 10 minutes. In the original shark video, she took out a portion where she played around with it. If there's one thing I think everyone can agree on, if you find a video detestable enough that you delete it, it's bad, right? Okay, I don't know why she hit the shark as well as moved away from it. Look, if we're gonna let's not pretend. Lots of us eat meat. I eat meat. I love a good meat. Out of context. But that's not the issue here. The issue is that she's on camera pretending to be scared of an animal that is not dancing, by the way. That's not a dancing fish. That's a fish fighting for its life. You know, if you reverse that situation, if one of us was in the water drowning and the shark was just watching, it would look like the most inhumane, cruel thing in the world. It's really unnecessary. And the fact that she removed it from the video, it does make it a lot better. The things we do for YouTube views, huh? But this is not the only time she's done this. It's kind of her MO. It's been her MO for a little bit. Here's another one. ASMR Amazing Monster Fish Black Mouth. I don't know why I emphasize that. It's kind of random that she acts scared of it and does it every episode. I mean, I guess that's the shtick. You pretend you're like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's the fish that I bought for the video. I guess, you know, it's a bit harder to do that when the food's already cooked. Wouldn't that look really weird? Like you just see a hot dog and you're like, what the fuck? Okay, so here is a fish trying to save its life. If you didn't know, fishes don't do well out of water. And oh, she just bopped it. She just imagine struggling for air. Imagine struggling and someone. That's insulting. Okay. I didn't think she was gonna turn into Mike Tyson and start beating up on the fish. All right, okay. You put the thing in the fish's mouth and it bit on it. I just want to say that was kind of cruel. I know a little bit about fishing. My pops and his brother were pretty much champion anglers in South Africa. So they took me to a lot of fishing. We did shore fishing. And when I was young, maybe 3 or 4 years old, my dad caught this beautiful, beautiful fish. And I dug a little hole. I had my bucket and my spade. I dug a hole, I put some plastic around it so that it wouldn't seep into the sand. I made sort of a makeshift lake for that beautiful, beautiful fish. Its scales just rippled and it just looked amazing. And as my dad and my uncle were fishing throughout the night, I stopped and I just watched the fish. So I was watching the fish and I began to cry. And when my dad came up to get another fish that he caught, I asked him to let this one go. And he looked at me, he got a little mad. He looked at me, but he did it. And that night when we went home, he said, you know, there's one or two things you do. When you catch a fish, you either let it go immediately or you kill it. There's no in between. You don't play around with your food. People on YouTube try and get a lot of views by playing around with their food. People find it entertaining. I get that. But I think there are other ways to entertain. And listen, Ssoyoung, I've seen her eat edible tape. It's not that far from what she's been doing. Like, the views are still steady. People really like her for her. So that's great. That's amazing. And I think if she's kept on that lane, nobody would have a problem with it, you know? That's all I'm saying. If you cut out the start where you drop kick the fish, if you cut out that part and you just ate it, I'm with you. Here's another video of Ssoyoung eating live mudfish and eel. Why is she so scared but then want to eat them? Isn't this your channel on YouTube? This is not Fear Factor. Joe Rogan isn't gonna come out and then tell you about DMT for 8 hours. That's Fear Factor. Joe Rogan just not. Hey, have you heard about DMT? Joe, I watch your podcast, Joe. I've heard about it a couple of times, yes. This is your channel. You get to decide what you eat. Why are you scared? What? I don't know if these are freshwater eels. I'm just assuming they are by the way they move. Pouring salt onto freshwater fish is very painful to them. The laugh after is probably one of the scariest things I've seen in a long time. Do you hear that shit? That looks like someone who knows what they're doing and playing it up for views and trying to hide their happiness and masquerade it as being scared. I mean, you did do the Cruella de Vil laugh. And you know what? That's a good comparison, actually, because I guess that's the other thing. People get desensitized. These look like alien worm animals. So these don't look like, you know, things that you would like to have around in your house. But if you did substitute them, imagine if that was a dog, Rover, and you yeeted him across the room. Suddenly, that is the worst thing in the world, right? Objectively speaking, this breaches the YouTube guidelines of animal cruelty. So, and you know that's what it is. That's YouTube. It's not. She would not even think twice about doing this if it didn't get views. You know that. It's not just her. It's the people watching her. If people were like, "Oh, that sucks," then she'd go straight to eating it. It's just that people are like, "Wow, this is pretty good. I love when you scream and the fish is dying for air." This one is just absolute garbage. The fish is absolutely just dying, and then she holds it by the tail and like smacks it around like that. That's overkill. No. That's where you take the fish out, you kill it, and then you eat it. You eat it. I've never seen someone at Reb's Lobster be like, "Oh, is that your lobster?" My leg's broken. Jeez. Man, it's so stupid. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, we're talking about something that could be avoided so easily. Here, one of the top comments on her video. Just so everyone knows, this is absolutely cruel. An octopus has an estimated IQ of 120. An octopus has 9 brains, 1 in its head and 1 in each tentacle. And each tentacle is fully capable of feeling on its own. I don't know if you can imagine being burned alive, but if you could imagine that times 9, that's kind of what's gonna happen in this video. Thing is, she could have probably killed it first.
좋아요 눌러주세요. 오랜만에 산낙지입니다.
That, you know, it's not easy to see. It's it's not easy to see things that, like I love chicken. Okay, I love chicken. I love me some KFC, baby. If someone told me that the chicken was being cooked alive, I would say no. I don't think it's fair, and I think that was too much. I think that there's where she overdid it. It's not okay. It isn't okay to cook a live animal. I'm sorry. It's like the cold, just no feeling whatsoever. No, just put it on there and kill it and just be okay. Like, okay, all right. Here's the argument. Fish don't feel pain, apparently. There are studies that prove that they do. Okay, all you have to do is quickly Google that. But there are also studies that say they don't. So we're at an impasse. I watched this documentary and it touched my heart. It was about a fish searching for another fish. A clownfish. It's a documentary called Finding Nemo. And Ellen DeGeneres played a shark and Shaquille O'Neal wasn't in it. What I'm trying to say is that they're fucking living organisms. It's a bit cruel to assume how things are feeling, don't you think? You know I never hurt you, right?
This black dude's cool.
YouTube, again, is a wasteland of lots of things. People do a lot of things on YouTube, and some are more egregious than others. But when it comes to animals and children, it's just two things that get me, that's all. Ssoyoung, if you're watching this, I really hope that you're doing well and that you're staying safe and stuff. I do hope that in the future you choose to do this less. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll be fine. I hope you see our point of view, that's all. At this very moment, fresh fish isn't available, so I shall use, boom, frozen fish. That's a little bit of salmon, baby. Like I said, this ain't a mukbang, this is a petite palate. Mushrooms. Not only do I smoke them, I eat them too. This is that good. Always important to wash your hands. You should be doing that anyway, just by the way. I always love those cooking shows like Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay. You should do it like, you know how they always, it's just that accent that always makes me feel so home. All right, we've got a little bowl, a little mushrooms, mushroom city, mushroom sauce, a little saucy, you know. It's just saucy, yeah. Here's the secret. You don't want them cut up too small because they shrink in the pan. So one cut down the middle works for me. I'm gonna salt it. This fish is gonna be a hater because it's so fucking salty. Okay, and this is supposed to be good luck if you do it behind one of your shoulders. So here's to 1,000,000. I have to clean that up. I don't know how that was good luck. It's pretty good, isn't it? If a fish wants a compliment, is he just fishing for compliments?
Comedic, but like,
What's up, guys? It's me. It's Baby Jolliver. I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking up. People have asked me a lot of questions. One of the most popular ones is, which part of England are you from, Jamie? I mean, Baby Jolliver. Which part are you from? Which part of England are you from, Baby Jolliver? Look at the salmon. It's really, it's got a great... I like what I'm seeing. I've been cooking for like many years. I was cooking in the womb. Yeah. I had a lot of time. I was just swimming around the juices, stewing about. No, this is how you cook it. Don't at me. This is how you cook it. People ask me, are you changing accents? And I say, no, of course not. Look, yeah, back in school, people used to call me Little BJ, Baby Jolliver, Little BJ. I thought it was a pretty cool name. Right now, I'm kind of thinking it was bullying. But back then, it was pretty cool. BJ, Little BJ. Let's just put this here in the pan like that. Put it right there. I'll say it. Enough. I'm just coating that pan, baby. Probably more butter. Just to make it real smooth. So what I'm gonna do after is just put a little bit of the mussels and stuff in the butter. Just a bit. Just to make it a little petite pellet, so we have a little bit of everything. The butter is pretty good a substitute for oil, in this case. It's not bad with seafood. That's gonna be a meme at some point, I know it. Alright, let me come clean. So what I did yesterday was I made the food, put it on the table, filmed a pretty good conclusion while I was eating the food, and when I was looking at the footage, turns out I pressed the stop button, not the record button, so I filmed 2 seconds. Here it is. Wow. So just suspend your disbelief for a second. What I'm gonna do is I have a fork here. I'm gonna edit in me eating food while I do the conclusion, and you probably won't even notice the difference, to be honest. I'm decent at editing. This is already stupid. Ssoyoung. Ssoyoung. Let's just be honest. She's good at what she does. Eating copious amounts of food as a small person, it's like interesting to watch. I'll give her props for that. Eating seafood, I love it. I love seafood, you know? Eating live food, that's a bit of a toss-up, sure. Where I do draw the line is the intro she has, where she punches a fish or like takes it out the water and wrestles with it as it fights for its life. If you find the need to take that out of your own video and not say anything about it, chances are it is pretty bad, right? I just wanted to express my feelings because my pops and my uncle were champion fishermen, and I guess we always knew how to treat them. And like I said again, not every video she does is like that. So I don't have a problem with her. In fact, Ssoyoung, well, this line's gonna sound stupid now. There's no fish, but Ssoyoung, I don't think you'll see this. To you, I'm just a drop in the ocean. But why don't we bury the hatchet and share a little seafood of our own? As you can see, I have made a salmon. Here's to you, Ssoyoung. Hopefully one day you and me can mukbang together. And to you guys, thank you so much. Love you guys for watching. I hope you stay safe, and I will see you very soon for the next one. It would have been so much better if I had the salmon. I know. I don't chase, but